Good morning and welcome. We're just setting up for meditation. Make sure you're comfortable. Create a seat that's awake, strong, empowering. And in a way, from the very beginning of the practice, setting yourself up for the way you want to approach the day. No matter what is happening in our lives, we get to choose how we see it, what energy we bring in. And really the part of the practice, the inquiry, the meditation are those places where you get to determine it. The yoga practice works on mind-body connection in the physical. And meditation grounds you and allows you to be present. And be present with you in your space. To let go of any planning or any thoughts about past. And letting go of those thoughts, letting go of the planning or the thoughts about the past doesn't take away any feeling you have around any of it. It allows you to feel what's around it. So you can sit in what's real. Your eyes can be shut or focused on one spot. I really like in meditation when I first sit to take a few intentional breaths. For me, it actually physically stretches my body. And allows me to anchor a little more into the earth. And then the practice becomes one of not controlling breath. Part of the reason for this setup is that it's just there. So you set it up and then there's no real control over it anymore. The seat grounds, the breath moves. Intentionally you clear your mind. If you use this practice, if you do it enough, you'll find that it comes in handy every day. Things can be frantic all around you. And you have a task. You could be caught up in the franticness and the frenetic energy, or you can take a deep breath, center, ground, and focus. And do what you need to do. Now bring your attention to the way you want to show up today, kind of a way of being. Just kind of set your mind, your heart of being on that. So for me, it's ease and energy. It's important that you be able to create that way of being, because it really is the only place where you have control. Things are going to happen around us. Some of them amazing, some of them tragic. It's your energy that you bring into a situation that can make those events seem more or less. With good focus and a solid sense of what you want, you get to take action that's meaningful to you, rather than getting caught up in something meaningless. Take 5 deep breaths and start to manifest that way of being. And draw your hands to your chest, as if you're pulling that way of being right into the center of your chest. Hands to forehead. Namaste. Let's go to child's pose. Breathe and breathe. Deep Ujjayi breath. Hey, Captain Underpants, I see you over there. You take a deep breath too, okay? Yeah, you have to do what mommy does. Take a deep breath, breathe out. And you know, I can't hear you breathe, but I'm going to ask you to make sure you can. And Roger and Andrea, you can hold each other accountable. Andrea, if you can't hear him breathe, you tap him and say, hey, breathe. And Roger, you do the same. Like really be accountable. The breath is the key of the practice. Down dog. I want to turn up some lights and move the cameras around a little bit, but I don't have that control. So I'm seeing you anyway. You guys look great. Yeah, Andrew and Roger are like perfectly lit. I've got a great view of Beth's ceiling and Brooke's ceiling. Thank you. I mean, the ceiling is great, but it doesn't move. I just, you know, it's a beautiful ceiling. Thank you so much. There. Awesome. Now I get to see you. Thank you. And breathe deeper.
And I think some of you have created some bad habits. Make sure you're pressing in the finger pads of your hands. Index finger faces 12 o'clock. And it's that energy, like if you press into the hands and the index finger is facing 12 o'clock, you draw that energy up in your shoulders. And that's what creates a space that looks so much easier. Yeah. And then breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to just gently start to walk your feet towards your hands. And you're going to land in ragdoll, but take a moment, like get there nice and easy. And let ragdoll be what it is. So it's the work is in the legs. The upper body just drapes and hangs, trying to make space in the low back. And the degree of knee bend is individual, whatever you need to create low back space. And I think it's really cool in the beginning of the practice when we're moving relatively slow to tap into how the breath changes when the body changes. When your head goes upside down and your chest is on your thighs, can you get the sensation of that movement in the rib cage, in the torso with each breath? Like for me, that's where I can really tap into how expansive and then how contracting it can be. Expansive on the inhale, the exhale, really contracting, low belly, drawing the ribs toward the pelvis. So there's nothing stagnant about any of this, right? Like everything is moving. Your breath is moving, your body, you're shifting weight, foot to foot, front to back of your feet, noticing what happens when it shifts. Some of us will notice, like if we put our weight in a certain spot in the foot, it hurts differently in the low back, right? Like, so we want to ground into both of them and find the way to take away pain, create space. Okay, drop your hands. Heel to the feet in to your athletic place. Lengthen your spine and really concentrate. Let's focus on the length. You're going to breathe in and out here. In breath, lengthen, lift your shoulders, back of your neck lifts so the crown of your head is reaching forward. So the tailbone straight back, crown of your head forward, rooting into your feet, squeezing, hugging the thighs, the muscle to bone, pulling in, breath out. Resist the temptation to lift your head. You want just the back of the neck lifting, just the back of the neck. The head is just part of it. So you're not looking up, you're looking down, and nice, breathe in, fold, breathe out. With that same energy, raise all the way up, extended mountain. Oh, breathe out here. Work on the shoulders. So notice that there is this tendency, all right? Notice there is this tendency for your shoulders to be in the front of you. So that's like, go ahead and pull cactus arms down. And then with this cactus arm, you're gonna pull your shoulders straight back, not your ribs bowing, shoulders straight back. Then reach your arms up, feel the space, breathe in, hands through your heart, fold down into forward fold. Lift and lengthen your spine. Use this energy, step it back, low push up, and you go nice and easy. Shoulders still lifting, shoulders back on up dog. And then downward facing dog, exhale and take an extra breath. Inhale. Exhale, step to your hands. Lengthen. This is where you set your shoulders. Fold, keep your shoulders lifted even in the fold. Extended mountain, inhale, shoulders onto your back. Exhale through the chest, fold forward. Lift and lengthen. Step it back, low push up. Up dog, shoulders back. Down dog, exhale, drishti set, back of your mat. Drishti is just eye gaze. A soft, deliberate focus on one spot. Breathe in. Breathe out, step to your hands. Lift and lengthen. Fold. All the way up. Fold down. Allow the sun salutations to lubricate your joints. Like if you use the intentionality of muscle movement, lift and lengthen, you'll find that your joints will slowly start to open and move easier. Low push up dog, down dog, drishti set. In breath. Out breath, step forward. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Fold forward. Lengthen. Powerfully low push up. You get the power from the earth. Up dog. Down dog. And breathe. Breathe out. Step or jump. Lengthen. Fold. All the way up. Fold forward. Lift. Chaturanga. You can jump or step. Up dog. Down dog. And breathe. Find the peace in down dog. And the stability. You can see your toes, so separate them. Root into your feet, soft knees, tailbone reaches up and back. Full Ujjayi breath. The crown of the head dropping towards your floor. And what happens when you notice that you're getting fatigued or impatient? Just notice it, look at it, and draw all of your focus, all the energy in your head right into breath. Last breath here. Breathe out, step or jump forward. Lengthen. Fold. Chair. Nice. This is a place, because of the energy it takes to work to get the seat down and the spine long, the shoulders really wind up like way here on the chest. So use something that you've got. Like, so for me, like I've gotten to where I can actually reach up and pull back here, but sometimes it takes a cactus. So if it takes a cactus, you pull the shoulders back, like really open them up. Now draw the ribs toward the pelvis, then reach. And there's this like lateral energy that you'll feel in your lats to reach up. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit lower. So your feet are just right out of your hips. So not so wide that you're in a wide-legged squat, but not squeezing together either. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower. One more. Now fold over your legs and then straighten your legs. Ha. Lengthen your spine. Low push up. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one, right foot forward.
So your feet need to be far enough apart, front to back, that if your front thigh went parallel, and you can just take it in and see where that is, your knee would be stacked right over your ankle. Now you don't have to keep your front thigh parallel, but like that's the positioning. And then you can come out of that lunge a little bit if that's too much to keep things squared up. Root into the back foot, rotate that front hip, and see where it goes. Use the front of the low belly, Uddiyana Bandha, the pelvic floor, lift up, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, lift them up, ribs toward pelvis, shoulders on your back. And breathe. You get your hips on the same plane by pressing into both feet and bending your front knee. Inhale, low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. Left side, warrior one. We're taking a little extra time this morning and set up. And really just have an opportunity to see you. You kind of want to. I don't know what you mean. Siri was trying to talk to me. And Beth, I think your feet might be like right in front of each other. I can't see quite clearly. Yeah, so you heel toe it out a bit. You want your feet coming out of your pelvis, right? So if your feet are overlapped, nobody's pelvis looks like that. That's how you get to warrior two, right? Heel to heel. Let's get to warrior one. You really need a little bit of distance in order to root into the back foot, squeeze and come down. And I know we see flexi yogis do it with that really cute alignment, and I just think it's not good for their bodies. Root into both feet, pull yourself into the pose, draw your shoulders back like your rear deltoids coming back, back, back. Breathe in, breathe out a little deeper. Inhale. Now you've got it, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog and breathe. So that's the only one we're going to spend that much time in the sun salutations. We'll just move with breath now, and I want you to find the ease in knowing that you've set up where you need to go. I'll give you a lot less coaching and a lot more freedom to move. Breathe in, breathe out, step or jump, lift and lengthen. This is in. Fold to breathe out. Chair, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Lengthen, breathe in. Chaturanga out, drishti stays down. Up dog, drishti forward. Down dog, drishti back. Warrior one, right foot forward, just one inhale. Drishti forward. Chaturanga, exhale, drishti down. Up dog forward. Down dog back. Left foot, warrior one breath. And take it down, low push up. Up dog. And down dog. A unifying breath in. And breathe it out. Step or float. Lengthen. And fold. Let the poses work on you. Chair. Fold. You're in charge of your experience here. Half lift. Low push up. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one right. Low push up. You just be efficient with your movements. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one left. And chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, land and breathe.
Together, inhale. Together, breathe out. Step or jump forward. Lift and lengthen. Fold. Chair, inhale. Fold, exhale. Not changing the pace, lengthen. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Breathe in and out. Step or jump. Lift and lengthen. Bow. Chair. Fold. Lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right leg goes up. Just bend, stack, and open. Go hip over hip and be right here. Now, if you want to go to flip dog, flip it over. Not mandatory flip dog. For me, flip dog helps me kind of square my pelvis. Gives me some length in the front of my thighs, so I love it. But if you don't love it, stay in the stretch. Take a full cycle of breath in and out. All the way up. Work your way back out of this pose, straight into side plank, right arm down. Taking time with breath. Drishti starts initially down for setup, and then you're gonna look up. Ujjayi breath. One more. Take it down, low push up. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg. So you're in the stretch. We're in the stretch together, pressing into our right foot, opening hip over hip, and feeling this length. And then a flip dog if you want it. Feet are square in flip dog. Feet, knees square right out of the hips. It's really just a three-limbed reverse tabletop. Ujjayi breath. We'll meet around, take your time. Inside plank, left arm down. You come in the pose the way you like. Focus on Drishti, Ujjayi. So your gaze, visual focus, deep diaphragmatic breathing. To access that breath, you have to activate your core, pelvic floor. That's Uddiyana Bandha, Nazmula Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha, the lowest belly where you pull the pubic bone up, breathe in, and then take it down, Chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. Lift your right leg, bring it straight into your chest, and with ease, crescent lunge. Take breaths in crescent lunge. Be diligent, press into your feet, straight down into the earth. So the back heel is not pressed back,
it's lifted and you're rooted in the mound of your foot, squeezing the quad. Front of the pelvis lifting. Drawing your hands to chest. Breathe. And then twist right. Elbow to the front edge of your thigh. Hand to the floor or block. Breathe. Root into both feet. 2. Warrior 2. Stay deep in your lunge. Warrior 2. There's a tendency to want to come out. You came out, Brooke. Go back into crescent lunge twist. Come deep in that twist. I got you. Get your hips deep. Walk your back foot back a bit. Now breathe right there. Breathe in. Breathe all the way out. Stay deep in your lunge. Just open your arms. Anchor your back foot. Stay deep. Yes, that's what's good for your hip. Right? This coming in and out kind of rotates that femur wrong. Reverse this warrior. Now you straighten your front leg and get some space. There it is. Nice. And then extended side angle lunge. I like a block to the outside of my foot. If you've never tried that, you should. If you've tried it and you hate it, don't do it. I like it there because what happens is it helps me stay aligned. So I have a tendency, my adductor takes over, my knee wants to come in. So if I take the block outside, then I'm using abduction and external rotation to hold my hips in place, hold my feet, hold my femur. Both legs are super active. My left foot is rooted into the floor. Deep Ujjayi breathing. One more. And then you just take your left hand down to the floor, lead it with your right, float your foot back, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg goes up and you bring your knee right into your chest. You're still in down dog, but you use this lift from the core to step forward into a solid, easy crescent lunge. The setup really helps with the future poses, right? So enough distance front to back that you're rooted down into the mound of your right foot. The heels straight up to the sky. Shoulders are on your back, however you get them there. Chicken wings or cactus arms, right? Shoulders on your back, but front ribs still pulling toward the pelvis, so you're lengthening your spine. I think you have a little more lunge. That's it. Twist. And notice too that sometimes when you twist, it becomes a little bit easier to go a little deeper in the lunge. So let that happen. You just don't want the hip to dip below the knee. They're in the same line. You have to keep pressing through the right foot to lift the right butt cheek and pelvis up. And now there's this other tendency for this right shoulder to roll under. You want to really pull it back. Take something, press palms together, pull the right shoulder back, inhale. Empty your air, stay deep. Anchor your back foot, it's just an open, warrior 2. Stay in, don't lift. Good, now reverse. And now ease the burn, straighten your leg. Oh, extended side angle, nice. Just trying to keep y'all's hips working. Joint replacements aren't all that fun. Come back to breath. Visual focus. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, Pada Bandha, your feet anchored into the floor. From tailbone to crown of the head long, breathe in. Take it down, low push up. Up dog. Down dog. One breath. Step or jump forward. Lift and lengthen. And fold. Chair. Twist right. The alignment is exactly the same as it was for crescent, except both of your feet, you can see them pressing down together. Start rolling down. Last inhale. And then just exhale, fold over your legs, separate your feet, big toe pose. And pull in. Breathe. 2. And 1. Filter the feet back in. Lengthen your spine first. Active forward fold, breathe out. Chair, breathe in. Twist, breathe out. You may notice a little different side to side. Sometimes one side is a little bit easier to anchor. Sometimes it's a little easier to twist. You just keep working with it to try to balance them. Your drishti can be just straight to the side. You can look up over your left shoulder. Last breath in. Fold over your legs and separate your feet for gorilla. Some people like this one a little bit wider. I don't. So you go where you want. I like my feet about shoulder width in both of those forward folds. Going wider does something strange to where my femur comes into the hip socket, and it's like I fight myself. So you can try on different spaces for it. And then release. Are y'all proficient in crow? Does everybody have a crow? Yay or nay? Yay. Okay, let's do a crow. And proficiency is variable, right? I mean, can you do the pose? Can you get into some creation of some form of the pose? And your goal is like a couple breaths in, hold for 2 or 3 breaths. Coming in. And then when you're ready, you just bring it out, chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Let's go left foot forward for warrior 1. So I'll tell you, when I get you all together, I'm going to make you not afraid to jump out of that pose. Right arm under for eagle arms. And y'all know this transition. We're just going to shift our weight to the front leg. You're going to go into a warrior 3, almost your right leg lifting. And then gently bring your knee in, bent knee, cross it over for eagle. Settle in here. And then reach up, extended mountain. Fold forward. And crow number 2. I will tell you the trick to jumping out of it is making sure your hand setup is right. So mine's a little narrower than my standard chaturanga, no doubt. I bring my knees into my armpits and I lay my shins on my upper arm bones. Feet are together and you squeeze and hug them in. Press down into the floor more. Press into the floor, lift with your butt, lift with your pelvis. One more breath in and then push it back. Just push straight back. You got it. The floor is only 2 inches away. Up dog and down dog. So it's not like you're falling out of a handstand or anything, right? I mean, the floor is literally 2 inches away. I've fallen out of it a couple times, right leg forward, warrior 1. One of them I was pregnant. I didn't expect to be weak. And my face planted so fast, I was like, oh, well, glad I was close. Left arm under. I think as you become, the older you get, the more shocking it is to fall. So warrior 3, eagle arms, just a big breath. And this is set up. Now knee comes in and you rock. Nice. Breath. Empty it out. And in. And all the way out. And then reach up. We'll go right side eagle. Yeah, just coming into it now from standing. Different muscles get you there, right? When you do it this way. And then extended mountain. The pose is the same, but the transition changes how muscles engage, left side. Extended mountain. To standing leg raise, right leg. And you can, I really would like, I always do this check-in with my feet, y'all, because imbalances in the way my feet have worked have made my hips wonky my whole life. So just make sure that my feet are straight at 12 o'clock and then I'm using the whole surface area. And I get that grounding before I lift up. And I really work not to shift or dump. So it's a straight lift. And sometimes I can extend it. And sometimes I can't. Right, so feel it each day. Maybe you extend and then you bring it back out. Take it out to the right. Come to center, big reach. And then go back into airplane. And you take your transition the way you like it. Just shoulders have to lift. So chest is open. Still draw the ribs toward the pelvis, which is the hard part, is opening the chest and ribs toward the pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Now use your body the way you like. You can bring hands to chest. You can fold over in a standing split. You're working to half moon. You can just open. You can use a block or no on the floor. Whatever connects you most to earth and gives you the most space. Less about how the pose looks, more about how it feels. 3 more breaths if you want sugar cane. Keep working left hip under. Sugar cane is a back bend. 1 more breath. And then gently your foot comes down and you raise up. Nice. And we'll go to the left side. And diligence, right? This is the one where I get most wonky. So it takes me diligence. Press down on my right foot, lift up. And then I'll see if this is here. It's not as pretty, but it's here. Take it down. Keep standing up out of the right leg. Center. Transition, airplane. I always have to do an intentional lift of my shoulders, draw the scapula kind of together a bit. Three more. Be here in this pose. After the end of the next breath, transition to half moon. You don't have to, it doesn't have to look the same. About 3 more breaths if you want the bind. Not mandatory. Last full inhale. And then foot comes down, exhale. You can grab your shot, raise all the way up. So the beauty of this practice is that you get to, we'll do dancer, right? You get to be the decider of how far you go each pose. And then I'll ask you not to hold yourself back. Right? Don't get into a mindset. We only get together once a week. And so I don't know what the rest of your week looks like, but you choose. If you need to restore, you restore. And if you need to go a little more because it feels good in your body, go a little more. Switch it, left side dancer. See if you can do this with your drishti staying forward, your eye gaze forward, and feel the strap. The standing poses are incredibly powerful if you hold drishti. And it's interesting that your body actually becomes more stable that way, creating the mind and body connection. The things that will take you out of equanimity the fastest is losing your breath and losing your focus. Switch it, right side dancer. Same thing, keep eye gaze if you can. If you can, feel the strap. 4, 3, 2, and switch it. I gaze forward. We'll really practice this from the dancer into the tree poses. So keep your eyes set. Don't get tempted to look down or around. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the energy in your thighs. 4 more breaths. Last one. So here's the trick. Eye gaze stays focused. You drop the strap, it'll make a noise. Right foot up, tree. Don't look down. Don't look side to side. Trust that you're aligned and sit hard. Return the breath. And release your hands. And today, press down. Reach your arms up halfway, pull the shoulders back. Follow your hands all the way up over your head. Now, eye gaze comes back to where it was set. Hands to chest. Foot comes down. Keep your eyes straight. Don't move. Left leg up. You don't have to see the foot. You don't have to see the ground to know that it's there. You can feel it. You don't even have to have faith, like you can just feel it. Interlace, down, midway, shoulder set, up. And your gaze goes with your hands. Stay in the pose, 3, 2, on 1, gaze comes down. Hands to chest, foot down, just like that. Keep your gaze forward, reach up. And then shift your drishti, fold forward.
Lengthen your spine. Go to chaturanga powerfully. Up dog. Downward facing dog into warrior 1 right away. Root down, go up, maybe back. Warrior 2.
For the setup, heel to heel alignment, very broad stance. Feet the distance that it would take for your right knee to be stuck right over your ankle, at parallel. Reverse this warrior and go into triangle. Pulling the right hip under the left. There's all this coaching around the front knee. Front knee doesn't really matter. If you squeeze your quad, you're going to straighten your knee. It's the function of the quadricep. But press into your big toe mound. Pull the energy up. Squeeze the quad. So what you don't want to do is press into the heel and lock the knee out. You're going to use the ball under the foot, squeeze the quad, and your knee will probably straighten. When your joints move because of muscle action, it's good for them. When you force joint movement without muscle action, it's dangerous. More energy in your back foot. Feel the left glute turn on from energy from your left heel. 1 more breath. Exhale. You'll come up, bend knee, turn the right toes in. Let's do maybe a strap or a lock of your hands, squeeze. I like the strap because I can squeeze the strap and pull it apart and get more space. And then fold with a bind.
You're reaching your fingers, your fists, like toward the wall that is in front of you. Allow your head to drop. Press more into the feet. Hug the thigh bones into your pelvis. Breathe in. Empty. Now use your hands. You're going to squeeze and pull your hands toward the ceiling, towards your back. Lift up. Keep this. Turn your feet. Pyramid with the same bind. So nothing's changed. Your arms are still working. And in fact, they may be burning a bit. Mine are. And yours may not be. Press into the feet, tailbone back. Keep this. Take your hands straight back. I want them just lifting off your back. So not a shoulder in, it's just lifting. One more breath. Now listen, you're gonna release the strap. Your left hand will come down to the block, and I want you to spin open and twisting triangle. So you never really release the tension in the fold. One more breath. And then hands down, step it back, low push up. Up dog, shoulders go back. Downward dog, breathe out. Left foot, warrior one. The up and the back. And then warrior two. So a little diligence and setup here. When you're in a deep warrior two, do the reverse. And then go into triangle. I don't always go into triangle from reverse. So I just like the reverse for the stretch, and then I usually will come back forward and then go into triangle. So you get to choose how it happens. Some people really need the straight leg in reverse to find triangle, so that's cool too. Remember, press through the ball mound of your left foot now. So you're not scrunching the toes. The toes are on the floor spread. The ball mound of the foot is working so much. Squeeze the thigh with the quadricep. Use the glutes to turn the left hip under the right. Press into your right heel. Liberate your breath. And come up. Turn your feet to the side. You can do the same thing again with the strap. I think I will. First you create the space, and then you draw your chest down between the window of your thighs, using your strong arms to pull and integrate upper back. Use the energy of your shoulders, lift up. So the difference in how I'm doing this, and this is just a real quick tutorial. So what I'm not doing is I'm not just rolling my shoulders back and holding the strap, because that's disempowering. What I'm doing is I'm squeezing the strap and pulling it apart, pulling my shoulders back. When I do that, I support the shoulder joint, right? So I squeeze, pull apart, and pull back, opposed to grabbing it and rolling them back. You understand? So like you can just try it on in your body. But like if you just grab and roll them back, you're gonna feel a long stretch here, but there's no strength in it, right? And that long stretch can be dangerous to the front of the shoulder joint. Okay, that's all. And then go into pyramid with the bind, creating that length. And you're just halfway down, and then you release your strap, find your block. And you're using that energy, you just created a shoulder girdle to twist open with so that you can keep your shoulders kind of stacked. One more. And then hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Listen, up dog. Chaturanga. Plank. All the way down to the floor. Ear down. Whichever ear you put down, turn it the other way. And then starting, put your chin on the floor, turn the feet under so the mounds of the feet are on the floor, and you're working for square, right out of your hips. I want you to squeeze your thighs and squeeze the butt, and notice that a lot of your thighs will lift off the floor. Take your hands anywhere you like them. Keep this integration. Lift the front of the pelvis, lift your shoulders and come up. You won't get as far. Breathe. And then come down. Then go up locust number 2. You can start with that integration, or you can just go to feel good. Breathe in, breathe out, lift up. Keep your thighs squeezing, drawing your fingers into the pelvis. Inhale. and floor. One breath. Breathe it out. Integrate, lift up locust, and then bend your knees and catch your ankles or feet. Keep evolving into bow. 3, 2, and 1. You peel down. Last one. Exhale. Exhale tightens the gut. Bend your knees. Go back up into Dhanurasana. Last one. 4, 3, 2. Last full breath. And floor. Exhale. Set your arms for up dog. Shoulders onto your back. Toes down, toenails down, and open up. Press down, hug in. One more breath. Downward facing dog. Knees down for camel. Your goal is just integration. Root into the floor, lift the front of the pelvis, ribs toward the pelvis. Integrate your shoulders and open up. Chest goes to the sky. Your hands can go to your butt cheeks, your thighs, wherever you find that you can make the most space. 3, 2, and up. Happy hour, get drink. Have a seat. And just take a moment after you've had a chance to hydrate. Just take a moment, hands on your thighs. Just you can close or be straightforward, 3 breaths. Okay, camel number 2. Come up. Just step forward. Uddiyana and Mula Bandha intact. Let your pose evolve. Chin to chest. All the way up. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Jump forward. Come down to your back for bridge. All about breath. Slowly lower down. Go back up, bridge. Really press down into your upper arms and set the shoulders on your back. Keep your feet square. Take your arms up if you're ready and press into wheel. You can start with just your head on the floor. Integrate and go up. Tuck your chin. Gently come down. Take a breath here. Breathe it out. Right back into the setup. Press down on your feet. And you can do this. If you know how to do wheel and there's not an injury, don't pull back. If you have an injury, do what you need to.
If there's no injury, go right in. It's the last one we're gonna do. Tuck your chin. Come down. Nice. Soles of your feet together, knees up. Put your hands where it feels good. You can go belly and heart. Just laying on the floor. Bring your knees into your chest. Tight squeeze, like really tight squeeze. Collapse the thighs over the belly so that the hip flexor can completely release. Let it release. And then let's go into happy baby. A real integrated happy baby, feet flex. You're pulling your knees down so the thigh bones are reaching toward the floor. Shoulders laying on the floor if they can. Sacrum on the floor if it's possible. 3 breaths. Keep it active. Nice. Now you bring your feet together, extend your legs to the ceiling. We're gonna do some stability work. And it really is just stability work. I'm not here to give you rocket abs, just stability. And release your hands under your head. And I do this, I press my head into my hands and then I squeeze up. So what that does, it engages my upper back. I'm not squeezing my neck and I'm not using my arms to pull. So it's this energy in my head. And just from here, you're gonna draw the belly button down and you're gonna pulse up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, feet are active, 4, thighs are squeezing 2, and 1. Right leg will come to a hover, or take your heel and press it into the floor. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right leg comes up, the left leg goes down, and you can pull the heel into the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up. Bring your knees to a right angle. We're just going to do bicycles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms underneath your hands underneath your low back. Flex feet, lower your legs 1/3, hold. 2, hold, now really draw in. Like you're pulling the ribs toward the pelvis, go to a hover, just look at your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, up, and then lower 1/3. Right here, pull the femurs into the pelvis, the ribs toward the pelvis, everything going into the center. Hover, 5, 4, 3, 2, up, Navasana, boat pose. And rock and roll. Half pigeon, right side. Yeah, come in the way you like to. Get it set up. Deepen your breath. Let go of any tension that's left in your face or neck. And if you can let go of shoulder and arm tension, do that. I know sometimes we use our arms and shoulders to support us. See if you can use props, blocks, or something else and take it out of the shoulders. breaths. After your fifth breath, you'll slowly transition to the other side. So half the chin, opposite leg forward. You get to choose your transition. Just use breath, drishti, and be intentional about it. Let it work for you. Acknowledge your different side to side. And let your transition need to reflect something different to get set up. You're externally rotating your front leg, internally rotating your back leg. Release tension, jaw, face, shoulders, arms if possible. Five more breaths for you. And with your fifth breath, you will gradually transition to double pigeon. Back leg just comes around. Align the femur bones with the pelvis. And hinge. Three more breaths. Transition to the other side. I like to do a little boat in the middle. You don't have to do it this way. I just kind of like it. Gets me square again. Wiggle your way into where you feel both sits bones. Sits bones kind of equal on your mat. One will kind of want to lift and you want to dump more pressure on one side or the other. You want to press back into both of them. We'll only have about 15 breaths, so go ahead and set it up with some urgency. Allow your body to continue its opening. Probably have about 10 or 12 more breaths from right here. But the practice is counting them. Keeping the length of the breath even. Last 5. Incredibly holding for your last 3 breaths. Gently come out of that place. And meet on your seat. First, both legs reaching long, just squeezing. Take your hands by your seat, press down, shoulders on your back, draw in, squeeze, then release, and bring your right foot in to your left thigh. Big reach and fold. And come up on your inhale. Switch sides. Legs long, breath in and fold. Both hands behind you. Reverse tabletop. Press down, lift up, let your shoulders press together. Head and neck drops back. Take a big breath in. Lion's breath out. Gently come down. You're just working your way through. Take your hands underneath for fish. Keep opening the chest, the throat. And tuck your head. So we want your shoulders down, just a breath or two, just to complete the practice. Hands in. Set the pose. Transitional breath into plow. Refreshing. Comfortable now. Feet to the floor. Right leg over left. Twist. Center. Left leg over right. And twist. Center. Soles of your feet together. Butterfly. Allow your arms to rest by your side. Palms up. Take a couple breaths of the weight of your body sink into the floor. Eyes shut down. Shavasana. 3 minutes.
come to see you. Feel already there. Your internal clock took you right out. Bring your hands to your chest and thumbs to forehead. Namaste. Thank you. Yeah, the only person who was left in Shavasana was Brooke, and she's like, I ain't getting up.